Well, I've been waiting a very long time to feature this organization on An Hour to Give. I'm so happy you've joined us. I'm Sam Laprade. We're going to learn all about the Orléans-Cumberland Community Resource Centre today, and you're going to be inspired. It's a bit of a warning to start with, and I know Chad Chartrand is going to inspire you today. Hi, Chad. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You've got a very important role. Tell us what you do with the centre.
Well, first of all, I'm just really grateful to be able to have this role and do what I do in a community. So I'm the Communication and Fund Development Coordinator at the Orléans-Cumberland Community Resource Centre, or the OCCRC for short. I do fundraising, I do the comms, internal, external. I have the privilege to meet with donors, to work alongside some wonderful volunteers. And you know, the OCCRC has been in the community since 1988.
Wow.
So about 36 years now. And we're part of a coalition of 13 community health and resource centers across the city. And at our center, we have various programs, such as our Early On program, which is an early childhood development. There's workshops for parents, playgroups for the kids, and this is a program that is provincially funded and is available across the province in many centers. Some of the programs that are not funded that I fundraise for is our Child and Youth program. We have wonderful child and youth counselors who organize various activities like our kids space and youth space. Like I mentioned, they provide counseling to children and youth in our community. We also have an intake program, so if there are any adults who need help or who are in crisis, they can come to the center and meet with one of our intake workers. And we have our food bank. So one of our largest programs is the food bank. And on top of that, we consider ourselves, and well, we are a community hub in the community. So, and what I mean by that is not only do we provide these programs, but we also work with some wonderful partners. Such as the YMCA Employment and Newcomer Hub. We also have the First Words program. So First Words is offered through CHEO. So the parents don't have to travel all the way to the hospital to get, so First Words is speech therapy for children. So they don't have to go all the way to the hospital for that. They can have those services in our community. There's also early infant screening. So this is one of the first ways that I learned about the center is when I had a newborn. We went to the center to get their hearing checked to make sure that everything was working great. We have OCISO, EBO, and we really want to help everyone in our community. That's why we're a community hub.
It really is impressive, and I think anyone that's ever gone to the website even, it is incredible the amount of people that you're serving, and that it's right in the community of Orléans-Cumberland. I lived in that community for many years and know that it's really great to have something in your own community. You're supported as well by your community. Talk to me a little bit about that.
We are so grateful to have amazing donors, organizations, businesses, schools who really support our organization so that we can do what we do in a community. Because if it wasn't for their support, we couldn't do what we do. We couldn't have the impact that we have in our community that we do without these wonderful organizations.
And lots of people helping. I want to give a shout out to the reason that you're here today is you're very, very grateful to someone who reached out and said, we want to help you be on this show today. And who are we giving thanks to today?
So we're giving thanks to Waste Connections of Canada, Navan Landfill.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So it's great to have them on board. Give them a big shout out and thank them for being part of today.
Yeah, big thank you. Thank you so much. We're always grateful for everything and all your support that you do for us. In prior years for our Christmas program, they have a wonderful bike program. And over the holidays they would provide bicycles to children. in a community that wanted a bicycle as a Christmas gift.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's really wonderful. They've been supporting us with that program for many years. Unfortunately, this year with our Christmas program, we've had to make some difficult decisions due to the increased need at the food bank. That were unfortunately, normally we would be handing out food and gifts, but because of the increased need, and not only in our community, but in communities across Ottawa, across Ontario, across the country as a whole, the demand for food assistance is never seen before levels.
So let's talk about food security, because I think it really is at the heart of what you do. You do a lot, but I think it all starts with full bellies, right? So give us a sense of the numbers. How many people are you serving? I know upwards of 1,100, but the number is growing, right?
The numbers are growing. So record usage at the food bank right now. Since September, there's been over 1,100 individuals coming to the food bank needing food assistance, coming for help. And about half of that are children in our community.
Wow.
And compared to other communities across Ontario, we're higher than average. So there's more children in our community that are hungry than in many places, in many cities, in Ottawa as well. And so we also had our busiest October in history this year, with 1,251 individuals needing assistance. We're reaching crisis levels at the food bank, and demand has increased 100% over the last 10 years.
Wow. Can we just pause there for a second? Because I think that is a number that will shock many of our listeners and viewers today, to know that we've seen an increase of 100%. And that community has grown over the years as well. Is this a combination of maybe new people to Canada and people that are just finding it hard to kind of make it ends meet?
Well, it's due to, and there was a Feed Ontario report that was just released a couple of days ago, and it's really due to inflation. I know inflation, interest rates are coming down, but food inflation is still very high. High cost of housing at the moment, right? And there's a changing job market, and there's definitely a growing demographic. There are more working individuals that need to use the food bank today than ever before.
Right.
And also, there's also an increase of newcomers. Like there's been an uptick of newcomers in our community, and these are all factors that are really taking a toll.
Mm-hmm. And the programs that you mentioned, I know there's lots of programs obviously for children and youth you've talked about, and programs for adults as well. What is the access level? Are people being referred to the programs? Are they self-referring? How does that work?
Most self-referral. Most people are just either come to the center, present and say, we need help, or they call, and then we make an appointment so that they can meet with someone at the center, and then if they need food, then we'll set up another point so that they can come and get food, and there's been resource constraints, unfortunately, because of the increase in demand, and in the past, we would give out about 5 days of food, but because of the increase in demand, we've had to lower that to about 3 days of food, which is our mandate. We are a member client of the Ottawa Food Bank, so that's part of our mandate. We always want to give a little more, but unfortunately, because of this, because we're reaching crisis levels, we have to, lower the amount of food that we give.
Yeah, no, that's fair. What would if you were to bump into someone maybe that has never heard of the Orléans-Cumberland Community Resource Centre before, what would you sort of share with them that maybe not a lot of people know?
That a lot of people know us because that we have a food bank, but because we have a lot of other services, right? We are a community hub. We have various programs, and really, if you're in a community and you need help, please reach out. We are there to support you. We are there to, if you need help with your finances, we can, refer you to someone who can help you with your finances. If you're looking for a job or you're unemployed, well, we have partners at the center that can help with that. So we're much more than, we're much more than a food bank. We are a food bank. It's incredibly important. It's incredibly necessary unfortunately in our community. The need is there. But if your child needs help, if you need help for mental health of some sort, or you want to take part in various activities, you want your little ones to socialize, meet other kids, we have all that at the center.
So there's a wraparound services, right? Which I love. I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. And you couldn't do it without volunteers. We only have about a minute left, but talk to me a little bit about the volunteer piece.
Well, and during the pandemic, it really took a toll on everyone and on many organizations. We did not have as many volunteers, but we've worked really hard to increase our volunteers, and really our volunteers help immensely at the food bank. We have about 160 wonderful volunteers at the center who really support us, support the people that we serve, support our clients, and really we couldn't do what we do without their support. Really, like they're the foundation of what we do.
And that really is time, talent, and treasure. It's the definition of philanthropy. Yeah. People giving time, their talents, and of course those important donations. You're going to come back and join us in a few minutes, of course, yes. And we're going to meet a couple of wonderfully dedicated volunteers as well. We're going to give lots of ideas at the end of how people can get involved, but tell us about your website. Where can we find you?
Yeah, so you can find us at crcoc.ca. Again, that's crcoc.ca. And on our website, you can find all the wonderful service that we offer to the community. If you need help for food, there's a tab there to get in touch with someone at the food bank. If you're looking at any other services, everything is there on our website.
And I think, being able to feature today the Orléans-Cumberland Community Resource Center is another great step of introducing this organization to the community. And I'm hoping today that we inspire people to connect with you. We're going to come back and join you in a little bit, but we're going to meet Denis and Rob. They are wonderful volunteers for this organization. We're going to meet them when we come back on An Hour to Give.